So, I am not going to forget to turn off the starting screen this time, and I'm also hoping to finish up at least the major parts of the world so I can upload it publicly. That would be ideal. Whether that's going to happen or not, I don't know. We will have to see. But, yeah. What I need to work on right now is the most annoying part of these worlds, usually. The dynamic objects. Currently, that's just the doors. You can see why they're annoying. It's because they're using light probes. So some of them, like the lighting and stuff, you know, one of the reasons I had to put light probes down was because of the objects here using them. I can turn that off. So now they just use like the environment, so I can just turn this up and you'll see the brightness changes that way. But now you can see that it's just flat. There's no actual like lighting detail. So it'll just look horrible. So I have to keep it on. Or I can use a proxy volume, which is painful. So we're not going to do that. I'm just going to go with this and hopefully it works. So, what I need to do is take a look at the materials on this. And just put in things as they need to go. So there's the glass. I'm already lost. I'm already lost. Decals. Okay, so there's the buttons. Glow linked that. Now is it, I think it's this one? I think that's the correct one. Trim I know should be that. Yep, okay, so it looks like I got the rest of it, like the decal correct at least. There we go, we've got our typical decal. Just being insane. Just being absolutely insane. Gee whiz. The Drake decals are no joke. Okay. So all I have to do is look at one of my other ones. That's for the metal, primary, secondary, yada yada yada. So I'm looking specifically for int decal diffuse. Actually, I can drop that on there. Because I'm pretty sure it's this one. No, it isn't. It's this one. Yeah. Oh. No. Okay. Well then. I can duplicate it. Text decal 1. And literally just do that. Text decal 1. Actually, you know what I should do? Is I'm gonna go ahead and take that and make that 2. That way I don't accidentally delete it. Text decal 1 and text decal 2. Actually, no, on second thought, I'm gonna text decal. Well, we'll leave that at decal and then decal 2. Right, so you guys have your brightness turned up to where it should be. Now these doors look a bit strange because of the orange light here, but honestly I don't know if there's really too much I can do about that. We'll have to see how it looks once I actually get the materials correctly slotted in. Okay. Now I just have these metal panel LF. Okay, so I'm looking for specifically the panel LF materials, which are going to be in my general materials tab. Panel Drake Corsair default new material interior panel LF. I'm just going to take a screenshot of those. Drag that on my other screen so I can actually see it. Okay. Metal A. New Interior panel LF metal A. Okay, panels. Okay, I gotta drag this down. I'm saying okay a whole lot more today than I normally do. Paint primary A. That should be down. Panel C. You'd think I'd know this by now, but they're named such odd things that it's hard for me to be able to really tell which is which. Alright, and that should be all the material. Oh, there we go. Cool. Now the doors do look a bit strange. They're very bright in comparison to the rest of the ship. So are the lockers. But, the lockers are also going to move. And honestly, having the doors and lockers be as bright as they are isn't really something I can avoid, though I will say it's actually not that much brighter than the rest of the world is. So that's fun. That's a thing. And I'm gonna be basic with this because I do not care to. Though I'll be honest, it actually does look accurate because you can see the light actually shining down there. It's dark up top, and then there's a fade, and then it gets really, really bright right along the side of the door here. So the door being that bright actually doesn't look out of place. Not too much, at least. It still looks out of place, but it's not that bad. And I'm not going to make an entirely different set of materials for this, so. I wish there was a modifier I could use, though. Or as in, these specific objects would use the blend probes, but they would be a little bit, like, darker than normally they would be. So, I don't know, like, for example, maybe this. Light probes. Anchor override. Oh! Oh! Oh, the anchor override! Oh, that's right. Okay. Right, okay. And these two as well, get the anchor override of that. Oh my gosh, I forgot the anchor override was a thing. Ah. Okay. Now the next door, all the way down to there, those two. Anchor override. Oh my gosh, it looks so much better now. I keep forgetting anchor overrides are a thing. Ah. Oh, it looks so much better. Oh, and now you don't get that. Oh, you don't get that weird split in the lighting either. So if I just go down here, let me actually turn off the outline because I hate it. Let's see how this looks. Oh, instantly so much better. Instantly so much better. Obviously, as they're moving, it might get a bit wonky. But, like, for example, as long as I'm, like, for these doors here, like, as long as I'm animating the actual root of object of the actual door itself, I think it should be okay. Actually, let me go back to my decals real quick. And go to the decal that I duplicated. And I'm gonna set this shading realistic, shading realistic. Let's see. Where are my light data? Brightness. Max brightness. Okay, that doesn't help. Grayscale lighting. There's no real-time lighting, so doesn't matter. Ah. Okay. So I'm not going to make it that bright. I'm going to darken it just a little bit so it's not quite so bright, but it's not going to be nearly as dark as this one is. Caution. Yes, indeed. Caution indeed. This door doesn't have a handle. Interesting. I guess that makes sense. No, it doesn't make sense. Well, I mean, that's the airlock. Why doesn't the airlock door have a handle? Very interesting design choice there. If anybody's in chat, by the way, let me know how the audio level is. Music and everything. Alright, where was I? I was on this one. This one, those two get an anchor override. Yeah, so like when these doors here, if I just do the same thing to these, then it should, like when I rotate these around, yeah. You don't get, yeah, no, you don't get any of that weird lighting changes and stuff. Obviously, I could have done a much better job with the lighting probes, but it's passable, so that's all I really care about. But I will say, I kind of do want to... I think the glass, this version of the glass might be a bit too reflective. Like, I might need to turn that down a bit. So, let me do Corsair... interior glass, duplicate it, and do Corsair exterior glass. And this will have a much lower metallic value, so that way the reflections will still be present, but not nearly as noticeable. So still there, but then I can go to like here, for example, and then there you go. The reflections are right back to how they were before. Just a simple override. Speaking of overrides, I need to finish this up. Ah, I got something in my eye. Ow. I think we're good. The locker's taken care of. I will say, there's a lot of doors. There is definitely quite a lot of doors. However, luckily for me, they're very, very simple. The lockers aren't, but I don't care. I'm going to make them simple anyways. I'm the one making the animation for them. Therefore, I get to decide how complex the animation is. This one, this one. I'm probably going to be silent for a minute or two here while I do this, because the... Whoa, okay. Interesting. Oh, what, why? Why? Interesting, okay. Interesting. Anchor override to, I don't know, that. Seems like I'm gonna get that weird shading regardless of what I do. That's fine. keep trying to move things around that I don't want to. What the heck are you? Oh, is this... What? Wait, what? What the heck am I looking at here? Slot sensor. The heck is... Oh, it's the airlock door. That's why it's so weird. The airlock door is some very strange... Very strange, parts in it, it seems. Well, it might not be the best way to do it. It's passable, and that is good enough. I just want to get this done, and I want to get it published. So the sooner I can get it done and published, the better. I don't have any particular attachment to this ship, I just know other people do. But of course I don't want to slack too much because, well, I hate doing things at a lower quality than I'm capable of. So it's just this door. This is the elevator door. Yep, that makes sense why it's different. Oh, it looks so much better. Those doors look a bit weird. They definitely do. But it's okay. Honestly, maybe I should... Let me go to this door. Create empty. And move it, like, into the center. And then attach the anchor overrides to that. Call this anchor override. And then I can do the same for these that have a really weird lighting condition to them. Create empty, anchor override. Let's see, those two. Anchor override. In which anchor override is going to be moved up a little bit. There we go. Now we don't have that weird shading anymore. Anchor overrides are nice. Forget to use them properly. I'm not going to do this for every single one of them, but for the ones that are especially egregious, I will do this for. Such as these. Empty, anchor override. I can probably move that up a little bit already because I just kind of have an idea where it is at this point. See, there we go. Knew it. So this one... Probably could move that down a little bit more. Nope, it's fine where it is. Shading on the doors is ever so slightly different, but that's okay. It's just due to different lighting conditions, I think. Like over here it's brighter because of this light, so that door is going to be brighter overall. This door's fine. This door I already fixed. This door's okay. This door's fine. If I notice any weird stuff while I'm actually working on them, they'll be okay. So, normally going through and creating the animations for these would be painful because it would require so much copy pasting. I can do copy pasting and I will do copy pasting, but luckily for me, it's going to be linear. So it's just point A, point B, that's all. Which is easy. So I looked at this earlier. I think last stream I said, you know what, I can make those those decals a little bit darker. So I think I'm gonna do that. Unlock the shader real quick. Probably could do this with something that isn't playing on me. Actually, no, I don't know of a good cutout shader, so I'm just gonna keep going with play on me then. Let's see, what's the value in this? 34. Let's drop that down to like 25. I think that's a bit too much. We'll just stick with 30. That's just a very subtle amount more. That's good. Corsair. Now I gotta switch this over to our animation. So I'm gonna create a animation controller that has... We're gonna call this Corsair Doors. Component on this, animator. I can drag this in. Apply root motion. I don't think I need to do that. Yeah, no, I don't need to worry about that. Also need to add an empty to this. I'm going to call that audio. This is going to be the audio for the doors and such. What the heck is so shiny over there? Oh, whatever that panel is. So looking for... Oh, yes. So I actually don't remember what the animation for the doors, for the lockers looks like, so we're just going to have to wing it as we go. Going to start just... I'm going to start with the doors because they look easier. And... I'm going to animate them first. So let me do animations. I'm going to do a folder for doors and a folder for lockers. Okay, so this is cockpit. So this is going to be create an animation clip, animations, doors, cockpit, closed. So one frame animation, opening. Which way does this open? And how long does it take? For now, I'm just going to make it 1 second. I'm going to make it just move off to the right. That's correct. So now, the animation looks like this. Cool. Let me go to my storage. Audio. Actually, I need to go into my audio folder here as well. Let's turn that off so I don't accidentally mess that up. Go to my, not my textures folder, my audio. Show this in Explorer. Corsair. And here we have all of our open and close. These are a bunch of duplicates. So only one of these is actually like pertinent here. So inner close, airlock, cargo door, co-pilot, seat gear, hatch, bulkhead. There we go. I'm just going to take the first two, open and close. So there's open, there's close. There we go. So this takes... How long does this take? Opening takes 0.9 seconds. Which, in this, I'm just going to drop that down to 50, so... Cool, that works. And then... make a one frame animation of this being open. And then do cockpit closing. And the reason I do it this way is because the way I have my scripts written, it just works better. So I found a way that works, and I keep it that way. And I'm assuming the closing is probably going to be around the same duration. Close. Nope, it's 1 second. Okay. 1 second. There we go. Nice closing animation. Closing, closed, opening, open. There we go. Easy as that. Next door. Lots of doors. And, wait. Yeah, engineering. Open. Or, right, we start with closed. Gotta remember the pattern. Closed. It's 0.5 seconds to open. Delete that one. One from animation. Engineering. Opening. Paste. Make sure. There we go. Let me actually just make sure that that is the correct direction. Indeed it is. Engineering open. Delete that. One frame animation. And engineering closing. Paste that in. And then just make that 1 second. Cool. Next. Foyer. Don't know how to spell that, so we're just going to copy it. Foyer. Closed. 0.5 seconds. Open all the way. Copy that. Delete that. One frame animation. Foyer. Opening. Paste. Foyer. Open. Paste. Delete. One frame. And then foyer. Closing. And 1 second. Down to 0. There we go. And that's how we just rinse and repeat. So I'm actually just going to turn the music back on and just mute for a bit because, again, nothing interesting in terms of commentary here. So just enjoy this, I guess. And if you don't like breakcore, I'm sorry, but I mean, this is just what I'm using for this stream. This is what I felt like. So yeah, there's that. Whoops. It looks like they unintentionally, well, that's not something I did. This is just, either that happens in game and we don't notice, or I think what actually happened is this is squished a little bit closer in the model, the RIP model, than it actually is in game, which is why you can see it clipping through. But I'm not going to go back and re-export it because that means I have to rebake the lighting and everything. Not worth it. Right. Mess hall. Mess hall. Need to time this. Need to time this out. Bulkhead, elevator door. Open. I think that's correct. I think that's the correct audio. Hmm. Let me go to my recordings and actually see. Is this the one? No, this is the one.
That might be Phoenix.
Okay, so that's how the lockers open, right? So they swing open and then close. That's gonna be a really annoying. That's gonna take forever. Oh my gosh, that's gonna take forever. It's gonna take so long. Okay, how does this door open? Come on. Nope, nope, nope. Back over here. Okay, I could do that full animation. I'm not going to. Okay, so 2 points. Okay, so let's see. There's 60 frames divided by... let's see. Yeah, so 60 frames times 0.3. That's 18 frames. So... I need 130. So that this needs to be the closing animation. This is... Is this closing? That's closing. Closing is 138 frames. That's the wrong folder. That's the right folder. Right. I'll do the closing animation first because I'm already here. So let me do create new clip. Elevator. Closing. Or I can do closed first. Nope. Right. That one. That one. That's closed. No. Elevator. Closing. I can paste this at the end. That's 138 frames. 137, 38. So if I hit record on you, then this should start open. And this should start open. And I can make this elevator open. And then just get rid of the end state. And now we have it open. And elevator. Opening. And now we have to retime this. Opening is... that right there. That's 2.9. 2.9. So... 2.9. That's 174. So 174 frames. Wait. 70, 80, 90, 100, and 74. 74, right there. Okay. Well, I now need to check this animation. This is... Sorry, no, I need elevator. Elevator closing. No, this needs to be 134. But 34. Sorry, 130. Was it 138? What did I say? I don't remember how many need to be. I don't remember. Closing. This right here, that's 2.3. We'll do 2.35. So that's 21. 141 frames. So 141. Around there-ish. That's the closest I can get it. And that's closing, and then opening is much longer. Oh, whoops. And now we have... Okay, so that should be our animations for the door there. I think the elevator door being like that is okay. No, it's not. Never mind. Create empty. And door override. No. Okay. Now I can actually do this now that the UI isn't glitched the heck out. Now we're going to use this as the anchor override instead. Because that way I shouldn't get that weird yellow or that weird, hopefully not get that weird orange. Here's how it's at there, and if I move it up a little bit, it's a bit brighter, and also doesn't have that weird outline. That works. Or that weird outline, I mean that weird like orange glow on it, which it definitely shouldn't have. It might still have a small orange glow on it, but it's not noticeable enough to be a problem. Okay, so let's turn this back on while I go ahead and set up the actual animator here. And now we have this. Well, I get to just delete everything. Base layer. Add. Cockpit. Add. Engineering. Engineering. Foyer. Foyer, however you say that. Hold. Airlock. Captain. And I can't spell tonight. Crew A. Crew B. Crew... Oh, that Unity did a Unity thing again. Crew C and... bathroom. Finally, elevator. Now, at some point I might consider adding the X tier on this thing, but that entirely depends on how much popularity this world gets and if people want it, because creating collision for the X tier of ships is the most painful thing in existence. Obviously that's, you know, a bit of an overstatement, an exaggeration you could say, but it's just annoying. Much more annoying than creating interior collision, believe it or not. I'd rather create interior collision than exterior collision. It's just the way the shapes are and everything. Not to mention the audio and everything I have to mess with. Oh, it's painful. It's so painful to get to be like actually like sound good, look good, transition well and everything. It's just painful. Now we have our animations here. Airlock. Well, actually, how did I have this? It was cockpit engineering foyer hold airlock. Okay. So we'll just do this from the top down here. Cockpit closed. And assets indoors. Cockpit closed. Cockpit open. Opening and closing. So if closed, opening, there we go. And now all four of these don't write defaults. Transition between the four of these. Right, I gotta create parameters as well. Bool. Cockpit. Engineering. Okay, I thought I spelled that wrong for a second. Airlock. Captain. Crew A. I swear if it does the thing again. Nope, not crew V. Oh, right, I forgot. Unity's inconsistent. Oh, and I can't use F2 on these for some reason. Unity just kind of decided that specifically on this area of the animator, you cannot use F2 to rename things. You have to double click. Why? Don't know. Unity. Unity moment. Elevator. Okay. Now I've got all those. Actually, I'm going to rename these door. This will just make it a little bit easier for me when I'm doing the lockers. That way I can have locker 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and have them in separate categories. There we go. So now we have door cockpit. There we go. It's exit time with a fixed duration of 0. All of these are going to be exactly the same. Actually, only you are. But you're going to be false. Yes, if someone enters it, it turns true. If someone exits it, it turns false. And then this is just 1, 0. Exit time of 1 with a transition offset of 0. Or duration of 0, rather. And rinse and repeat. So now we do engineering. Closed. Engineering closed. Engineering opening. Engineering open. And engineering close. Defaults. Transition between the four. Place both door, engineering. Place both door, engineering. False. Obviously, I'm just not proof. I'm not going back and checking all this. Because I figure if it's broken, I'll be able to tell. I've done this enough that I kind of have a general idea of what I'm looking for when it comes to, like, if something's broken, I'll be like, that's broken, and I look at the animator and I can immediately tell what the issue is. Most of the time. So I've dealt with Unity's BS long enough to kind of figure out where I'd made a typo or something like that. Though in this case it's a little bit more simple because I'm dealing with so few actual animation transitions and parameters and stuff. It's just a lot of individual things rather than a bunch of very a few very complex layers working together. Man, 2 times in a row, huh? Captain, why is it so crunched like that? Let me get rid of that and see if that helps. Paste both. Nope, it's still just. Why is it doing that? Oh, it's because that's actually really annoying. Oh, that's actually super annoying. Foyer, hold. Like that, for example. That was a mistake. Hold is true, hold is false. Doesn't matter, that's just 1 and 0. Airlock. Closed, closing, open, opening. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rinse and repeat the rest of them. That's airlock. Definitely much faster at this than I would be otherwise, just because, like I said, I've done this a lot. Mercury Star Runner definitely gave me some good, some good practice with it. Though I just did realize something. Closed, opening, open. Okay, closed. Opening, open. Yikes. Oopsies. Closing. And I can just think it's full open. There we go. Airlock, open, airlock. Closed. Wow, I really messed this up bad, huh? Wow, I messed that one up real bad. Closed, opening, open, closing. Cockpit is true. Paste both. Cockpit is false. That one's still fine because I don't. Okay. Closed, opening, open. 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 You still have right defaults on. Glad I caught that issue early on, huh? Like I said, if there's an issue, I'll probably be able to tell instantly just because I've known what the issues, I've already made those mistakes, so I can usually catch them ahead of time. Or if I see it happening, I immediately know what the issue is and I can usually fix it. Through a closed, closing, open, opening. Song is a bit mid. I cringed when I said that, but it's true. I'm not a big fan of the song. We'll have to see. Closed, closing, open, opening. As we do. Though at first I might just ignore the lockers for the time being. And just focus on getting it like functional first. And then once I get all that done, then I can worry about putting the lockers in. Because that also requires a bunch of extra like sound effects and everything else. So depending how long I've been working on this, after I get everything in, like the other stuff I want to put in afterwards as well, and I have a whole list. Once I get that stuff in, I'll come back to the lockers, and I can make it public without making the lockers move. That's not the end of the world. If I get to them, cool. If I don't, it's not that much of a problem. Let's see. Closed, closing, open. See. Zero. Zero. Once I have all this stuff set up, I can actually go through and start working on the occlusion portals and the sound effects. So those are the most annoying parts. The occlusion portals especially are the very, very annoying parts of this. So those guys never want to work the way I intend for them to. And they're required for decent performance. Though I did find that this world actually does perform pretty decently, which is good, but it can be better, so I'd like to make it better. There's no reason not to optimize if I have the choice to, and it doesn't require too much effort. Did not mean to create a substate, I meant to make a transition. We've got enough state machines here. Later. Let's see. So exit time's already almost nearly at 1. Long animations. Cool. So that should be that done. Now it's time to go through and add all of our audio sources. Actually, no, wait. Dynamic objects. Create empty. Let's set this on. Let me just create Occlusion Portals. I'll move that above audio. Let's create empty. Now I can call this cockpit. Occlusion portal is open, false. Everything's going to be false by default. Right. Cockpit over there. Move you under there. Just reset and then move it out. Just scale 1, 1, 1. Rotation 0, 0, 0. Wonderful. That gets me a nice position here. Under the occlusion portals, of course, and the size is going to be, let's just make that 2 by 5, 4, 3. 2 by 3. And 0.5. I'll do that for right now, and if I need to make it bigger, I can. Actually, we will. We'll make it 3 by 5. Actually, if I go too far with it being too thick, it'll clip through, but luckily it seems like it's good for the time being. I want to make these occlusion portals a bit bigger than I need to be when I can, just so that they do occlude things correctly, because Unity's occlusion culling system is subpar, to say the least. Okay. Sorry, just readjusting. In my seat, let's see. Let's see. It's my favorite word tonight, gee whiz. Engineering door. I can just copy and paste that one, slide it backwards towards the engineering door. And line that up. Duplicate again, call that hold. Duplicate again, call that. Back until it actually does cover the foyer door. Foyer. Ah, that door. How'd I miss that door? What a fool. Wunderbar. Okay. Airlock. Rotation values on the actual thing itself. Five might be a little bit much for this. We'll drop that down to 0.3. That's more passable. And so we'll drop that down to 2.5. Should do the trick. Nah, we'll keep it at 3. Don't care. If it causes issues, then I'll fix it. Oh, there goes that. Let me find a new music mix I can choose. Let's see, I think I have another one. I haven't actually listened to this one in a while, so I don't know how good this is. We will see how good this music mix indeed is. Airlock, Captain. Let me grab the airlock one, duplicate that. Scoot that on over to the captain's store. Store is definitely going to be have to be a lot thinner. It's just smaller in general. Much smaller dimensions. Jeez. Okay, that. I accidentally clicked out of Unity while I was doing that and it freaked out. So 2. And it can stay as 5. Move that over so it goes right there. And now I can duplicate it, make that. Is crew A the one on the far left? Yeah, it is. I knew it. Crew A, crew A1, crew A2, crew C, crew B. Crew C. Crew C! Oh, it's a shame Cruzy's not here. Bathroom. Duplicate crew C and rename that bathroom. And rename that elevator. Though I doubt I need one for the elevator, but I'll put it in anyways, just because. Why not? Though this one's going to be a bit more annoying to actually get. 3. Width of 3. Bathroom. Set the rotation to 0. I can set that to 2.5 in width. Just move that out here so it covers directly in the center of the door. There we go. Now I can go back to occlusion and hit bake another time. It shouldn't take very long because it's just occlusion culling. This isn't a very big world, so it shouldn't take it too long to compute. Should be about done. Come on. Assertion failed. Unity GUI process event input. Okay, that's just a GUI thing. I don't care. If it was a error with the actual like occlusion or something, or one of the actual things I'm using, then I'd care. But I don't. So it's not. So I don't. Of course, none of those are open, so they're fine. Now we go back to here, and this is why I have to put them under here specifically, because when I go to animation, we start at the very top. When the airlock is closed, the airlock is closed. When the airlock is closing, you know what, actually, I'm just not going to worry about when it's closed, it's closed. When it's open, it's open. I'm just going to do it that way. It's so much easier than what I was doing before. Not going to worry about that. Bathroom closed. And the bathroom is closed. Bathroom is open. Captain closed. The captain's door is open. Crew A. Is open. Now we do crew B. Messed that up. Whoops. But did I mess that up on the either of the other two? No. Okay, we're good. Elevator. Closing. Open. And close. And finally, the hold. Fan of this. Really not a big fan of this. We're just going to turn this on. I played this on a different stream and it was really nice, so we're going to stick with that then. Okay, I need to turn the fan on. Fan has been turned on. Ow! Slam my knee on the bottom of my desk. Jeez. That's a bit loud there. We'll turn that down just a little bit. Okay. Right, I forgot. I skipped this song last time because I don't like it. I'm gonna mute the desktop audio quick while I figure out what music I want to listen to actually. This is what I want to listen to. Yep, this one. This one! Okay, cool. I believe that should be all of them then? Yes, okay. Though I'm gonna actually, the ironic part is I'm actually going to pause the music in a minute here. Because I'm gonna have to put in the sound effects and everything. But, now I actually have to do... Ah, shoot. Okay, interaction... Let me create a cube and just remove both of these. Box collider is trigger. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be finishing this tonight. Not even close. Not even close. So put this up. Size 222. This towards the center here. It doesn't have to be exactly touching the ground or anything because the player collider again doesn't change the size, so I don't have to worry about that being an issue. Even when you crouch, it's still the same size, which I think is super annoying. But that's the way it's programmed. So, okay, add component, udon behavior. Udon behavior. There we go. Third time's a charm. Proximity. Proximity animator driver. There we go. Target animator is that one. Parameter is doors hold. Is that right? Nope, door. Door hold. Okay. So is global, toggle, no, state true, proximity yes. Full state? Okay, that's just a debug. Okay, that's just the default state of the bool. I forgot. So now, if I do this real quick, hopefully we should see if I did this correctly. We should see. Yep. I may have made a mistake. At least I know the occlusion portals are working. At least I know the occlusion portals are working correctly. Yep, the occlusion portals are definitely working correctly. Cool. Though, I do need to go back through my animations here for a second. Let's see, airlock closed. I need this on airlock opening. So the moment it starts opening, it opens the portal. Bathroom, open. Bathroom, opening. Captain, open. I'm not gonna narrate this as I go. I don't need to. Oh. Oh, I missed one. Oh. Oops. Good thing. Good thing I noticed now. That would have caused me issues. Alright. Continuing. There we go. Now let's give this another test. And hopefully, if all goes well, we should see the occlusion portal decide to actually turn on, open. There we go. Yes, this is actually what I want. Okay. And let me actually double check this real quick as well. So here's that. So over here, okay. There's our player, there's the doors open. Hold trigger. Edit public variables. Okay, right, that's a private variable that's keeping track of. Right. It's like there's no way. I forgot. I didn't expose that variable. I didn't debug it at all. But I know the script works fine, so it should be okay. Right, and I also had all the syncing variables to that. So now okay, hold trigger, and now I can just duplicate this around. Hold. Airlock, trigger. This time I'm not going to go in any. I'm just going to go in whatever order I feel like. I'm not going to worry about whatever the heck this order is. I can rearrange it later if I feel like it. Airlock, trigger. Let me actually make this Y value, X value of 0.5. I think we'll do instead. That way, the doors don't like open immediately as you come up to them. You can avoid that trigger, but it probably be a bit annoying. You know what? We'll just keep it at 2. It's fine. If it's annoying, I can fix it later. This is not a difficult thing to change. Duplicate again. This is the engineering. That was a weird spelling of that. Do we duplicate? Crew C, crew B. And these I am going to change. This is going to be one. Nope. 1 point. Actually, no, I'll keep that at 1. I'll keep that down at 1. I want this to be a much smaller trigger area here. And same with this. I can also bump that down to 1. So you have to definitely want to go into this room to actually hit the door trigger on it. The area might be a bit small, but I can adjust it if I feel like it's too small. So there's A, B and C, and then just C. Okay. Duplicate that for this trigger. Duplicate that for the later. Let's see. There. Elevator trigger. This one too. This is a tricky one as well. I think that's a reasonable. So it'll open when you get close to it. I can also duplicate that, move it over to the bathroom. Definitely don't want to forget this. Door, bathroom. That in front of those two. I can set that back to 2, but that's going to be 1. Definitely scoot it back. Yeah, we'll actually keep that at 1 and scoot that like forwards more. So that once, because there's not very much room in here, so I don't want you to, you can actually be in here without triggering the door too easily by accident. Yay. That will be the door. Okay. Captain trigger. Door captain. That over as well. So that's 1. That's also 1. Only 5. Well, the bed's right there, so I'll see how that feels with just 1. Let's see how all of these triggers are and if I need to adjust them, and if I do, how far. So that feels good. Okay, that's okay. I said, okay, that's okay. Whack. Those are good. This one's good. So you can get pretty close to it without triggering it. I think that's alright. Same with these. Same with that. Oh yeah, and you have to actually intentionally approach this. Because I didn't accidentally trigger it just then, which was good. So I think the spacing on these is actually okay. Now the last step for this is audio effects, which is one of the more boring parts. Though because I can't have my music on. Okay. But I have the sounds for them. So now it's just a copy paste. That's all it is. Interaction, that's all good. Also, let me actually grab all of these, and I want to move these up at the top there. Directional light, I can delete that entirely. What is this plane for? Right, that's the thumbnail. I can actually delete the thumbnail now because I don't need it anymore. Ambience. Let me just copy, I don't know. You know, I'm not going to copy one of those audio sources. I'm just going to create my own. Dynamic objects. Audio source. Right. Open, close. Open. 3D audio source. Spatial. Nope. Spatial audio source. Is spatialization, yes. Linear roll-off. Use custom audio source curve. Max distance of 5. Min distance of 1, that works. We'll do 6 on that. It doesn't loop. Audio. Corsair, ambience drone, room tone, vent, door bulkhead open. Okay. Man, that's so quiet. What? That's barely audible. That is so quiet. Okay. Interesting. So, what you're telling me is I might need to boost the volume of the door. Because I can barely hear it. The ambience is actually pretty quiet in game, which means that's going to be completely inaudible. So, bulkhead door open. Oh, that's so quiet. I can't even hear it barely. Well, I guess we do a little boost then, huh? Bulkhead open. And for comparison, let's just see. Okay, so I don't need to really care. Effect, amplify. Let's amplify that by 5. File, export as OGG. Export that to desktop. And then I go to the desktop, cut, paste, replace. And now it's a little bit louder. Now we just do the same process. Da, 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 da. You know what? That's as loud as it's going to get, I guess. Linear roll-off, max distance of 2. It's so quiet. It's that, like, at least, hold on, how quite is this? So here's elevator Corsair bulkhead close. Corsair bulkhead open. Gosh, they're so much louder. Hold on. Is there not a different one I can use? Door, bulkhead. They're all dead quiet. What the heck? Oh, whatever. They're quiet, they're quiet. Who cares? But not that quiet. So I need a door, elevator, bulkhead close. Effects. Repeat amplify. Same thing. Save. Open. Linear roll off. 6-2. Good. And Doppler setting. Doppler level spread 0. Doppler level 0. Actually, no, it's fine. Duplicate. Close. With this time it having bulkhead close instead. Alright, so do I have one for that? I don't. Don't have one for here. And these audio sources are just not going to be adjusted correctly to begin with, and I just don't care. They're fine. They're fine. So all of these, by default, are going to be disabled. The audio sources themselves are going to be active, but the component is going to be turned off. So, now what do we do? Well, of course, we go through every single one of them, of their animations. You know, I don't want to bother with renaming them right now. They're just going to stick like this. Open, close, open, close, open, close, open, close. Open. All right, so airlock closed is going to sit here with both of these off. Actually, you know what? Airlock closing. You know what? This will just be easier. Airlock closing. Turn that on. Airlock open. Has both of these off. And airlock opening has open turned on. There we go. Also, I just realized this is in fact not the airlock that I'm working on right now, so that's annoying. I guess it's going to be then, huh? Zoop. Right over to the airlock. Right over to the hold. Closed. Closing. Let's both of these turned on. Hold opening has just open turned on. Go to bathroom, and I find this is 9 should be the bathroom. Yes, 9 is the bathroom. Bathroom open. Bathroom closing. Then, where's the captain's quarters? Eight. Closed. Captain open. Captain closing. Captain opening. That's a much easier way to do it. I'm going to do that instead. Cockpit. That's 7. I also just realized my mistake. Cockpit opening. It's cockpit closing. Boom. Closing. Okay, captain closing. Captain opening. Cockpit crew A. Closing. Opening. Closing. There we go. Brain froze for a second. I don't have audio sources for the elevator. Elevator door closed. do this one. Closing. Close. Done. The hold is already done. Heck yeah. Time for a test. Let's see. So first I just started up. And then I'm going to scroll through to see if any of them are active when they shouldn't be. That's a positive. Good sign. Okay, so that's okay. So the animation for the elevator needs to be a bit longer. Elevator closing. We'll set that to like 2:30, and then opening. We'll set that to like 3. I think I'm gonna have to do the same amount of work for the lockers. Okay. So it's good. But give it like 10 more frames. It's a bit more than 10. I don't care. And all of these I'm going to set to like 0.8. Not sure how loud they should be. So I think the range here is fine. I think they might. You know what? It's okay. I'll adjust it later if I need to. Experimental. Still testing. Yeesh. Right now, here comes the time when I go back to one of my older worlds. So actually, let me mark off the doors on my to-do list. Now I need. Okay, I need the post-process. Yes. Yes. The post-processing volumes. Redeemer. Post-processing volume. Copy. Main camera. Post-processing layer. You know what? Let me just copy the entire component. Right. I forgot that's how I did it. Okay. Where's my Corsair? Paste. No? No. Okay. Main camera. Paste component is new. Post-processing layer. Volume blending trigger none. None? Is that right? Turn that back on. Okay, main camera transform. Gotcha. Okay. And that's going to be set as the reference camera as well. Now I can also grab this on my clipboard. Paste that in. Camera. Sitting at itself. VRC world. Main camera as a reference camera. Perfect. This is actually going to be a toggle as well. In this world in particular, I do want this to be a toggleable option. As well as a low pass filter. The low pass filter and also this are going to be toggleable options. Let's give this a test to see if it works. Wonderful. Let's see. Create empty, reset it, post processing. And that way, if I'm just creating a toggle for these, it's literally just going to be these four are just going to be turned off. Well, not them specifically, but the entire object itself, like the entire game object, can just be switched off entirely without me having to worry about any kind of scripting or anything. Because I can just use a menu button in that case. Makes things super, super easy. And local too. It's wonderful. So there's post-processing done. Now I need interaction. I'm actually going to add another empty, reset it, and I'm going to call that filter. Audio listener. And low. Audio low pass filter. What were the settings I had on the Redeemer? Because I liked those settings quite a lot. Filter. You know, I'm just going to copy that entirely. Just not even worry about it. Okay. So when the low pass filter should be on right now. And everything should sound muffled. If I just turn the entire thing off. Perfect. Okay, cool. So now I can just have a... I can just turn the filter on and off then. Interaction. Let me add 3D object cube. Filter. Trigger. Udon behavior of trigger. Enable on trigger enter. Filter. Size 2. And I can just drop that. Let's just make that 2.5 in length. That's good. We can make that 2 in height to cover your entire player's collider. And then 1 width is fine. Filter trigger. And I can just place these basically where the low pass filters are. Now we need a menu, which I don't feel like making, so I'm going to copy. Settings. Settings menu. Copy. Corsair. Paste. Easy. Wait. We'll put this here. Paste. Hopefully people shouldn't be able to miss this settings window here. It's very obvious when they go upstairs. Settings. Chairs. Oh, right, chairs. Okay. Real-time lights. We're going to rename that to bed sleep mode. Label bed sleep mode. Bed collision, we'll rename that to audio control. And that'll be especially useful with you being able to hear the all of the what is it, the doors and everything. I want to move that a little bit closer. Let's do a background label. Let me see. 3D icons. Not nothing. Goodbye. Deleted. Removed from existence. Bed sleep mode. Bed audio filter. I also don't have exterior light. That's not a thing on this. I will have chairs, I think. But the chairs are going to be turned off by default. The sleep mode is going to be on by default. And so is the audio filter. Let's see, the audio filter. So sleep mode is going to be post-processing. No function, game object. Bool. Set active bool. That audio filter. Add. And make sure all three of those. Game object. Set active. Game object set active. Nope. No. There we go. Wait. Game object set active. It needs to toggle. Instead of set active as a Boolean single set, it's going to set, it's going to toggle the Boolean of set active on and off. Okay. Exterior light. Not a thing in this world. There's no real-time lighting in this world. I'm trying to eliminate that as much as possible. which I couldn't figure out how to do on my Redeemer or my Mantis, so I used some real-time lights to be hacky, but fortunately that's not a thing anymore, because I figured out how to fix that on this world. Okay. How about another option? I don't think there's any other options here that I really need to worry about. So I think... Well, okay. So there's a low-pass filter and post-processing volumes. There you go. Okay. Let me add a video player. Because I'm going to have a video player in a second here, hopefully. If it works. Sometimes it works. Most of the time it doesn't, though. So let me go to... Let me grab the mirror from my C2 and just paste that over. Right. The mirror itself is way bigger than it needs to be. Let's see, the size should not be 13. Let's make that 9 or 8. We'll make that 8 by 4. Eight by 4 and an elevation of 2. Now the only way I know how to do this is by setting this to player and turning on the cutout mirror. What, really? It's not working? What? What's your deal? What's your deal, man? Okay. Right. So what you're telling me, player and mirror reflection. Layer on player. So this works great. Cutout mirror isn't working though. What? This is the weirdest thing. Maybe you have to hit play mode. There's no way. I'm so confused. of course, of all things to give me a problem with, it's that. The low pass filter needs to be off by default. And only turned on. Oh, it doesn't turn off when you exit. Oh. Oh no. Okay, hold on. Active. Udon behavior. Trigger. Enable on trigger enter. It doesn't disable it though. Ooh. Yikes. 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 Uh. 400i. Enable on trigger enter. Oh, so it just sets it true, bro. No. Um. Well, no. No. Proximity disable. Trigger distance, no. Okay, well. Assets. Corsair. Create. VRChat, Udon. No, USharp. No, just USharp script. Trigger. Enter bool. And then I can go. Wait for that to get done because it's going to take a year. Go on. Hurry up, Unity. Do your thing. For some reason, that's like USharp compiles it in like half a second, then Unity does this where it just like waits for an hour. Why? Don't know. Oh, it's gonna re-import all of the udon again. Whoa, hi. How many errors? Okay, well it looks like the cutout mirror is working now. So 8.554. Perfect, okay. I can delete the cube now. Cutout mirror, goodbye. And I can go to my project here, open that up. The trigger. Trigger enter. Is it? Trigger enter. I'm just gonna grab all of this and then just like paste it in. Public game object target. Target. See, I'm literally just copying pasting. Target dot. Is it set active? Dot active self. Oh wait, no, I don't have to do set active. I can just do active self, just right there. the opposite of what it currently is. So whatever a game object is, it just sets it to the opposite. There's probably a script for that somewhere, but I don't know where it was, so I'm just gonna do it my way instead. Trigger. Trigger enter bool. Gosh, that's confusing. It's frozen? There it goes. We're not public game object target. There it goes. I forgot I have to tab out of Unity first. Can't remove audio listener because the audio low pass filter depends on it. Correct. Okay. Filter. Right. Filter. Copy component. Remove component. Paste is new. So now you all have that. I like this song. This is better. No synchronization at all. This is local entirely. Filters off by default. Oh, I just realized I messed up. On player trigger enter. Set active. True. Public. Override. Void. Nope, nope. Void on player trigger exit. False. I should have renamed it something like enable when inside, but I can just go back to this and this world and just like look at which one it was. Alright, tab out, tab back in, let it do its thing. Close out of you. So re-import everything, cool. Now I can go back to... One mirror is enough for right now, I think. Let's see, chair in packages, VRCC chair 3. So for anybody who wants to sit down, they can sit down. Put that under interaction, chair udon, seat, exit, exit there. Seat. Fab, delete that. Center size 0.5, 0.2, 0.5. the seats. That way I can just toggle all of them off at once. I could create another empty and put all those into it, but I don't really care. I say that a lot, actually, now that I think about it. I say I don't care a lot. Like, a lot. I should start caring more. Apparently, I don't care a whole lot about much of anything. They say it too much. Gizmos off, they're annoying. Seats, VRCT chair, 0.3, 0.5, 0.45. 0.45. Exit. The exit over here. Put some over here as well. Nope. Yes. Gotta remember which way is facing forwards. That's fine. I think that's all the seats there are. Besides the toilet, but the toilet's not going to flip down, so it's fine. So if I go back to chairs, delete that, and then I can just do seats, game object, set active. By default, it's not on, so seats are turned off by default. Just double check all this real quick to make sure it works. And then if the video player works first time, which it won't, then I can upload it. Oh, right, the mirror buttons are still messed up. Okay. I gotta check the audio filter though to make sure that works, okay. The heck? Apparently with the low pass filter on, you just can't hear the doors. You know what? Sure, why not? Right now, let me grab the mirror here and drag the menu over. It's static. Well, where should I put the video player? I could put these, make these like miniature little video player screens. It could be nice to have video players in the rooms. Not sure where I'd put them though. There's no like screen or anything I could attach it to. I'd have to kind of like jerry-rig something to make it look like it belongs there. Which isn't ideal. Doable, but not ideal. Good place for a video player here. To test, I was hoping to maybe publish this tonight and make it go, public tonight. It's not gonna happen. I'm definitely gonna need to test it in VR first. Get a feel of everything, audio, all that kind of stuff, that kind of thing that I just can't get on desktop. So I'll have to figure all that out first, and then it'll be good. Let me just double check though first to make sure that the mirrors actually work functionally like they should first. First. Full mirror, cutout mirror, full mirror, cutout mirror. Good. Okay, mirror works. Audio's a bit jank, but that's okay. These don't work right now, but I can worry about them after. Honestly, I might. That's one of that's some any additional changes I do this world, I'm probably not going to stream. So like, I think I might stream trying to get the video player and stuff working, but probably not. Maybe, I don't know, we'll see. No one's really coming around to the streams, so I'm incentivized to do more of them. I probably will at some point, but not to this extent that I'm doing it with the Corsair here. This is a one-off thing. Again, unless people decide they want to see it, but I doubt that's going to happen. Right. I think I'm good. I'm gonna go ahead and hit another upload on this. And I'm gonna go video player, label, do make it public yet, so I don't have to worry about that. Oh, I actually should double check real quick just to make sure. I need to check the settings on the mirror. The seats don't exist, they're not there. Audio filter and everything. So many doors. Okay, so if I turn all of those off, right? We should have a chair. To put the exits right behind them instead of over there. Wonderful, and it works great. Okay. So besides the exit points on the seats, I think it is good to go for an upload. two. These three, this exit needs to go behind them. These three, this exit needs to go behind them. Seats are off by default. Cool. Let's go ahead and upload this. Builder. Windows. Exciting. I'm getting very, very close. I'm actually kind of excited and also kind of scared to see how this world does, because I feel like a lot of people are going to like the Corsair. It's going to be probably, I think my prediction for this is going to be that it's in terms of visits and like popularity, the second to the 400i, if not the first. So probably one of my best, just because of its sheer popularity within the community. Everybody seems to love the ship except me. I don't hate it, but it's very meh. To ask some friends and stuff to give me some advice as to like, where do you think I should put a video player in this? As I am just simply not sure. I do not know. Well, in any case, not really much to show. I'm just going to upload it and then end stream, so I might as well do that now. So, I don't know if anybody is here lurking in the chat. Thank you for listening. If anybody watches the VOD, thank you for listening as well. And I don't know if I'll do another stream of this, but if I do, then I'll see you there. If I don't, then, well, I hope you enjoyed this series of streams, or VODs if that's what you're watching, of me making the Corsair. So yeah, that was fun. A bit difficult to find time for, but very fun nonetheless. Hope you enjoyed it just as much as I did.